So question 11. Nick has a 6-digit code. He remembers it as 3 2-digit numbers. So the first number is between 10 and 20. The second number is 3 times the first number. And the third number is 5 times the first number. The 6 digits are all different. So we know that it has the first number is between 10 and 20, so we can write down the possibilities. We could have 10, 11, 12, 13, could be 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 or 20. Now we can rule some out here already because we've been told that all the digits are different, so it can't be 11 because that would have more than one, that would have two ones, and that's not allowed. So we've got our first digits, our first possible digits there. Second condition we have is that the second number is 3 times the first. So we could go through doing that. We can say 30, we can say 36, go 39, and you can carry on through here, multiplying the first number by 3, which will give you the second 2-digit number. And as you do that, you can start ruling out numbers again, because this one, this 1030 can't be right because we've got a 0 here and a 0 here, so that doesn't work. 1236, that works at the moment because there's no digits appearing twice. The bottom one here, 1339, that can't be right because it had 2 3s. So when you've done that for all of the numbers there, you can then go through and looking at the last condition. So you then need to cross out any numbers that don't fit this condition. The third number is 5 times the first number. So I now know I've got to do 5 times by 12, which is 60. So actually, so far, none of these work because I've got 2 6s, so that can go. I need to carry on the process with the other numbers and see if I can find one that satisfies this criteria, that all 6 numbers are different. Question 12. How many minutes are there in 5 1/4 hours? So what you would have to do is say, well, in 1 hour, there's not 30, there's 60 minutes. 1 hour is 60 minutes. So you could work out how many minutes there are in 5 hours and then have a think about how you're going to deal with the 1/4 hour. How many minutes are there in 1/4 of an hour, and include that. And don't forget it's a calculator paper. Question 13. Here's a formula for the amount of water needed to cook rice. W equals 1.5 R plus 0.5. And we're given that W is the number of cups of water needed, and R is the number of cups of rice to be cooked. So, question A, how many cups of water are needed to cook 7 cups of rice? Well, W is the number of cups of water, that's what we want to work out because it says how many cups of water. R is the number of cups of rice we're trying to cook, and we're trying to cook 7 cups of rice, so we can just fill that number in our formula. W is equal to 1.5 times by R, which is 7, plus 0.5. And you can work that out. You can use your calculator, that'll be fine. Part B, how many cups of rice can be cooked with 20 cups of water? So this time we're given that the cups of water, there's 20 of them. So we know 20 is equal to 1.5 times by R plus 0.5. And you now have an equation to solve there to find out the number of cups of rice that are being cooked. Question 14. Use your calculator to work out the answer to that sum. Give your answer as a decimal, and this is what gets forgotten. Write down your full calculator display. So you must write down every number on the calculator display, or else you won't get all the marks. And it's simply a case of pushing 9.95 squared and timesing it by 29.8, and that'll give you your answer. Is your answer to part A sensible? Use approximations to decide. So this is about estimating. So you need to decide what you're going to round 9.952 to find a rough answer. So we round these to one significant figure. So 9.95 would round to 10. So you would do 10 squared, that's in place of doing 9.95 because we're finding an estimate, and then you'd multiply it by, well, you've got to find an estimate for this number now. So what number are you going to use instead of 29.8 that will give you a rough answer? Write that number there, and then you can work out your estimate. And then you can say whether your answer to part A was sensible or not, whether your estimate shows that you were pretty accurate.